Red light's on. That means we should be live. I guess I should be live. Flying solo tonight. What's happening, Fish and friends? Welcome to another live. I don't need any earphones or anything. It's really weird. I don't know the last time I've done this where I don't need any earphones or earbuds. But tonight, man, we gotta talk about 2024 DEBO'S fishing and what in the hell do I think my channel is going to turn into. Um, I had to address last night on the members only. And first off, I want to address the folks that aren't members. That's okay. I'm never going to beg you guys to like pay me monthly. You have to be a member to get all this cool stuff. Um, being a member is really just kind of behind the access stuff. People that want to on a monthly basis help support me. Again, I've never asked for it, but I've had a ton of people. Am I getting a bad echo? Ralph says there should not be a bad echo because I should only have one microphone in tonight. Let me know, everybody else. Is there a really bad echo? I don't know what that would be from. There should only be one input. Everybody else, let me know. Is it jacked up? No echo. Ralph, maybe it's on your end. I hear no echo. Nope. Okay. Ralph must be on your end. But my camera froze. It better not freeze, dang it. Happy 150th live. Rob pointed that out to me the other day too. Dude, that is absolutely insane for me. I can't believe I've done that many lives. But for everybody that's a member, just like Rob, I had a bunch of people in there. Tom, I appreciate the hell out of all you guys and gals that do that monthly. Again, you don't have to, certainly not required. It's just extra stuff. I try to do some extra videos here and there, extra lives, and I've been really, really bad at it. I'm going to admit that. My extra members only behind the scenes stuff has been lacking, but it should really just be extra fun stuff. Cause I had a couple people say, oh my gosh, to see your stuff last night, I have to be a member and pay. That's bull crap, Debo. And I understand it, but at the same point, yeah, I am going to do stuff kind of specific, special to the people that pay extra to, support me. So it's not ever going to be anything like groundbreaking. Like I'm going to give you all the secrets and nobody else can know. Just kind of extra fun stuff. Usually it's a lot more relaxed during some of those members lives. I want to have more members on and just hang out and talk. It can be fishing. It can be really kind of whatever, but that's what those really are, more of a relaxed hangout deal. And I do want to do some more kind of the behind the scenes setup, stuff that you don't normally see on a video. But tonight, man, we've got a full house. I see lots of people in here and I appreciate it. The folks that continue to support me. I've been doing YouTube I was looking today, way longer than I thought. And I still have a bunch of people coming here every week to watch me. So I feel like I kind of owe some folks a little bit of, I'm not going to say an apology because life gets busy for everybody and you shouldn't apologize just because you're not putting out videos, but a bit of an explanation. Kind of stepped away from YouTube a little bit. Instagram, I don't think I've posted on Instagram for like a month. Kind of the same for YouTube. And to be honest, my mental headspace just wasn't there. Had zero drive to do it. Other things going on, work, kids, and it's a lot of work. People don't realize how much goes into, getting ready to film and edit. And, I've had to set boundaries for myself going to bed. I used to stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock to make sure things are ready. Cause I was very consistent, 3 videos a week and sometimes a 4th on a live. And this year that really fell back a lot. So for 2024, and this isn't going to be one of those like revelation lives where, oh my gosh, I've got so many cool things planned. You see that so much and it's oftentimes hard to keep up with it. So I want to be realistic with it. The first thing for me is I want to get back to doing at least 2 videos in a live a week because that really fell off the wayside of being consistent, actually getting out and fishing. So I want to make more of an effort to fish more next year because this was the least amount of fishing I've done since I've been doing YouTube was this last year, which sucked. Some of it's, family stuff and life and, that happens. But next year, hopefully we can be able to get out more and do more fishing. Second big thing is I want to try to get back to a lot of the beginner type stuff. That's where I really grew. And, it's funny. I'll have people say, oh, I found your channel, on how to use these lures or how to use a bait caster and stuff. And I had a smart aleck the other day messaging me saying, I don't even know how we got onto it, but he's like, yeah, DEBO'S fishing is the channel you go to learn stuff or something. And then you find actual people who know how to fish. You don't have to watch him anymore. Some troll, some clown, right? I've never ever said I'm an expert on any of this stuff. Just me sharing my story, how I fish, trying to help folks out there. And for the majority of folks, 98% of people are awesome, supportive, and it's a good time. If you don't like me, if you find somebody else out there, I always kind of equate it back to music. I love Slipknot, one of my top 3 favorite bands. And there's a crap ton of people that would listen to Slipknot and be like, "This is the most horrendous crap I've ever heard. I don't ever want to hear it again. How could you listen to it?" Kind of same for YouTube. So want to get back to more of the beginner stuff, being a little bit more consistent, at least, like I said, 2 videos and a live, and have fun with it. Because honestly, I wasn't having fun with YouTube. I was burnout mentally. I was burnout in a number of ways, nothing bad where people would ask me if I was depressed and I've certainly dealt with that. I've talked about that openly on here. I've dealt with depression and anxiety to, the point I've been to the edge before. I was ready to be done with life. Not now. I'm not saying that now. I'm definitely not in that. It's just other busy, crazy stuff. But I know how that goes. And when YouTube and something that should be fun and enjoyable doesn't turn that way anymore, sometimes I just kind of shut off. And it's kind of weird for me because I'm kind of a perfectionist, a head over heels dive into stuff that if I can't do it full 110%, it's almost like I not regret it. What's the word? Don't like it. I can't think of the word. I get put on the spot. I'm not very good with words, but you resent it. I kind of resent it. And that was kind of the way YouTube was. I was thinking back to, the 3 videos a week plus a live and doing all this stuff. And I had all these awesome plans. And now it's just like, I'm kind of burnt out. And I would just kind of hate it. Like, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do any of it. And that's kind of what you saw out of me the past really couple months, to be honest. So just kind of a mental refresh for me. And I don't believe in New Year's resolutions and all that crap. If it's something worth doing, do it now. And that's kind of the way this is after Christmas, is getting to things that I'm actually looking forward to, like best and worst lures of the year, best and worst gear of the year, kind of a bloopers, which will be in the best and worst of stuff. I was going back and looking at good footage and laughing and actually having a good time watching old stuff. So doing some of those. I was out in the garage today making some baits. I had a new do-it mold that came in, making some of these, like I call them like the VMC Moon Eye is essentially what they are, do its version of it. But was just making some of these, having fun out there, just kind of kicking around, having a dad pop, and making it fun again, just kind of doing stuff like this to get back to what I like, so that's really the big thing for me for 2024 is getting back to having fun. And people have noticed it, in the videos and some of the lives, people have been like, "Man, you don't seem like yourself. Like, is everything okay? Are you there?" And I appreciate that. And that's something that my mom's always said, is because I've been ready to be done with YouTube like a couple times. It's been really hard, not lately, but in some of the years past and stuff. And Dizzle was one of the reasons that stopped me from quitting the channel, whether he wants to admit it or not. We kind of had a heart to heart sit down, and everybody goes through that stuff, And my mom has always said that too, that, sometimes I'll get down and she'll be like, "Think of all the people you're letting down, not to be selfish and not to make it sound like a job, but, there's people out there that can have it worse than you. And, sometimes you just kind of got to suck it up." And she's been there for me mentally when I've gone through that stuff. So it's not like don't be a wussy type thing, but, have fun with it. So that's really where I want to go. And I'm going to need you guys' gals help a lot through some of the stuff, through lives, through some of the video ideas. I want to incorporate that more. There was fun ideas of, like, I would have people send me pictures of like the places they fish. And then I could pick, I don't know, 4 or 5 baits and show some of those pictures, kind of talk through it, just try to incorporate some different stuff. Because I remember back when I started YouTube, my buddies got me into it saying, "Hey, it would be really cool if you started a YouTube channel. Have you heard of it?" Because back in the day, I had no social media, was not on Facebook, was not on Instagram, was not on anything. I actually hated social media, to be honest, was very against it. Finally started up Instagram to share, lure pictures and stuff and just kind of have fun with it, and YouTube to help people learn. And I was very motivated at the time and kind of lost a lot of that fun, through this year. So getting back to that and not taking it as serious. And I don't want that to sound bad, but not making it sound like a job, making it be fun. That's what it should be. It's an outlet for me. And I have fun doing the videos and fishing and sharing video ideas and, or fishing ideas, in my videos, and lures and combos, getting back to that stuff. That was another big hit that I did back in the past, was the rod lure line, hook rod reel line relationship, showing different combos that I would use for lures, just nerding out and talking about gear. That's one of my favorite things to go through. So getting back to that, I feel like I need to take a breath when I'm getting the cotton mouth from talking so much already. So let me see. What do we have for comments in here? I have not paid attention here. I've been rattling off. Let's see. Brendan must be in here. Yep, there's Brendan. Brendan in the house. What's up, dude? Let's see. Somebody asked earlier, I saw it earlier, if I was, I don't know where it went, but if I was going to get the yak for 2024. It's not solid or anything. I don't have one picked out or anything like that. I know that's something I've been kicking around. And maybe, I don't know. I'm not 100% set one way or another. The John boat, I can do pretty much anything I can do in the kayak, but it would be a lot easier to store. There's just a few things, kind of pros and cons for both, honestly, because I would much rather stand and fish. And I've only been out. Thank you for Steven. I don't know if he's in here tonight or not, but Steven, good dude locally that I've met through, YouTube and stuff. And he let me borrow his yak. And man, it felt sketchy. I'm not the most nimble dude standing up on that stuff, so it kind of scares me. That's the big thing that I don't want to pull the push the button on buying a yak. Watching you for 7 years. Have I really been doing this for 7 years? I was thinking back, and I think it was 2016, and it was very spotty at first, like a video every few weeks or month or whatever, but wow, time flies. I'm old. I'm an old dog. Let's see. Kuda in here. Kuda, what's up, my man? Let's see. Frank says, I do the monthly. It's well worth it. It really makes my day when you post a video. See, stuff like this. And I'm actually really lucky because I'll see people posting like, hate comments or, people trolling, people that don't have a life. Like if you watch a video and don't like it, just move on. It always baffles me, the people that take time to write like a crappy comment on somebody. I don't get a life, but yeah, people like this, Frank, that say, I look forward to your videos. I appreciate it. Pretty cheap entertainment for all you do, supporting me monthly. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I would never beg you guys and gals. In fact, I completely forgot about that. I should have wrote a list because last night was just a lot of off the head talking to the members. But one thing I thought about was recently I posted and it was like I got 2,200, 2,300 votes of, let's say somebody's in Bass, MLF, FLW. Could they win a trophy using only $200 or $300 combos? And it was a landslide of like, is this a real question? Like, this is stupid, Debo. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, why are there so many combos over that? Why would companies even bother selling, something over $150 rod and reel? And there were definitely people that felt the other way. People argued for, hey, I'm going to buy the best I can. I want the lightest. So something that I was kicking around for next year was maybe selling off, and not even selling off, honestly, just doing giveaways of a lot of my higher end stuff. And maybe I put a cap to next year. Like I can only use up to $250 combos, rod and reel together, has to be that or below. Because honestly, for everything I do, the way that technology, you look at the old combos I had back in the day from dad's hand-me-downs, back in the, the 90s, and I hadn't upgraded stuff until, well, it was like 2015, 2014 when I started getting into it more, even before I was filming. I was getting some of the new gear, and I remember the Lose LFS, $99 was like the first high-end reel at the time that I bought. And I was like, dude, this thing has come so far over my old stuff that was like 3 bearing, felt like 6-pound drag. Some of those old bait casters were pretty crummy. And granted, I hadn't cleaned any of them in, 20 years probably. But the LFS was the first one I bought. And I just remember thinking like, holy crap, how far this stuff has come, for $100 reel back in the day. If you wanted a really good reel, oftentimes you were spending, a pretty penny. And there was quite a gap between, an $80 reel and a $200 reel at the time. So thinking more about doing stuff like that. So if you guys and gals have thoughts on that, any fun ideas, feel free to email me. I'll throw my email up. Feel free to email me ideas. Shoot me stuff over on Instagram if you have that. I try to get back to all the private messages I get. Sometimes they get lost and through the spam and stuff. I've accidentally deleted some sometimes, but I try to get back to everybody that messages me. I'm not the best at replying back to YouTube messages anymore. So if it's something where you really want to get a hold of me, Instagram usually is the best. Just send me a private message on there. But I don't know. What do you all think for setting like a limit? I think that would be kind of fun. I would be kind of upset because I'm a huge gear nerd. Hey, Mr. Bobby Roast Beef in the house, Jigs and Bigs. Gotta love the trolls. Yeah, man, you've made it when you've got trolls, If you're nobody and nobody cares about you, like they're not gonna waste their time to come in and hate on you unless they already knew you or something. Iowa thing, Slipknot. Yeah, Mark. Slipknot and gravel roads. Ralph actually sent me a a picture of Iowa. It was like a meme, and it said the red lines are all gravel roads in Iowa, and it was like all filled with red. Gravel traveling. We used to do that back in the day. It's fun. Let's see. Let's go through some comments here. Yes, Ralph, thank you. 988 National Suicide Hotline. Don't ever be afraid to reach out for help. I say that. I've had close friends affected by it. I've lost extremely close friends to suicide. It's not anything to mess around with, especially, in the whole man era is like, don't be a sissy, get over it. It's all in your head, that type of thing that so many guys grow up with. Especially the military. Obviously, military guys, we talked about PTSD, and I was not in the military, but I've had very good friends there. You're never too proud to reach out for help. There's always somebody to listen, always somebody to help. You're not alone. Trust me. Lots and lots of folks go through it. So yes, thank you, Ralph, for throwing that up there. Let's see. Yeah, I've had a number of people saying going back and watching your old stuff. It's pretty funny. There was somebody else was like, damn, Debo, you were on like 17 Red Bulls back in the day. And that was part of the thing, was like when I first started watching YouTube, I didn't know really it was a big thing of like instructionals. That's how like old school I was. I didn't even watch YouTube, but I remember finding like some fishing with flare and stuff and thinking, man, that like this is helpful. This is cool stuff, but this dude's videos blow. Like this guy sucks. And look at how far those guys have come. And I've always said that about the Googies. We give them crap all the time, but the amount of hard work they put in, and a lot of the hate that the Googies get is just jealousy, right? They've grown. They have grown this whole marketing brand based on just YouTube fishing. And back in the day, it was you would put your, Mans or Quantum, whatever on a pro angler's jersey, and you had the shows you could watch Saturday mornings. Bill Dance and Hank Parker, Shaw, those guys. But nothing like this where you can reach hundreds and hundreds. I'm just some dummy in Iowa, and I've got 100,000 subscribers, which is crazy. So, they took that to the next level and made this whole business over it. And a lot of it's jealousy, the old dogs that are, jealous of them. It should only be done the old way. So anyway, basically what I'm saying is back in the day, a lot of the instructionals sucked. It was a lot of boring people. So I was like, let's make it fun. Like whether it's through college, anything that I do, to me, I always learn a lot better if the person that I'm learning from is fun. So that was kind of my whole premise to like, let's have fun. Let's kind of be a little crazy with it. I did have to dial it back because after, the first year I'd go back and watch some of it and I'm like, yeah, this dude's a little cracked out of his gourd. Got to dial it back a little bit, Debo. Yeah, that's what I want to kind of take it back to, is some of that fun doing the, casting around out in the fields, doing casting stuff and, showing how to use a bait caster and getting backlash, just kind of going back to some of that and having fun with a lot of this. So hopefully we'll get to some more ideas and stuff here as I'm going down. Like I said, I'm a bit behind 7:40, so I'm already 20 minutes behind on comments. Let's see. Yeah, cooler, dude. I was hoping I could get Dad to stay. One of these damn days, we'll get Dad to stay for live because my mom and Dad were over today and we had such a good conversation, like talking about old times, things that I'd forgotten or things that I remembered that they'd forgotten, and talking about like his mom and grandma and grandpa. And it was a really fun visit today. So one of these days we'll get the old man down here. Depends on, I might have to give him a drink or two before. He gets a little bit more mouthy then, but sometimes he can be kind of a stick in the mud and not talk much. So we'll give him a dad pop. Let's see. Yeah, and explore more, dude, means a ton to me. We'll support you no matter what. And I've always said that I've got people the diehards that would watch me peel potatoes and still support me. So it means a lot to have such a cool crew of people that would hang out with me. Lindsay with the $5 bomb. Lindsay, thank you. Learned a lot from you. I had no clue how to use a bait caster a few years ago. Now, because of you, that's all I use. I can't tell you how many people I have had message me that I taught them how to use a bait caster. And that blows me away. And a lot of the videos you've seen back in the day, I tried to make it fun and do the best with what I could. A lot of people don't know, but for the first like yearish and a half, 2 years almost, every single thing that I did filming, GoPro, I'd have to move it to my phone. I would edit in the GoPro app on my phone, and it would take me like hours to edit because I would have to cut like little pieces in the GoPro app and stuff. And it would take me hours upon hours to do a video. And I did that for like 2 years. because I wanted to. Like I had that drive. I had that when I get into something, I'm 110%. I have a very, very, what's the word? There we go. Losing words again. What is it when you get stuck on something? Addicted, a very addictive personality. And I wanted to do it and wanted to keep growing. And there we go. Sometimes you need a break, Victor. I completely agree. Sometimes I just have to take a step back and have fun. My last live was hilarious. What was that with me? Me, Dizzle, Bassgeek, and Jim, and Bassgeek didn't know we were live. Oh, Hank. We love Hank. Debo truly growing the sport more than pro. Dude, yeah, that's the thing is like YouTubers don't know how much reach they have. And I hate using the stupid influencer name, but that's something more that I want to do too, is try to, again, I hate using the word, but help influence people in a more positive way through this. And I've always said that if I use, social media and stuff, it's going to be for the positive, but trying to think of ways I can do that more and have fun with it. Cause again, that's what we're all here, right? People will hop on a live or watch a video to learn something or just kind of have fun and take a break from reality, right? Separate from all that stuff that might be giving them issues. And just like me, still at night, I watch Nate the Hoof Guy before I go to bed. I just kind of zone out, watch him trim hoofs, talk. He seems like a good guy. Actually, I wonder if he likes fishing. Does anybody know Nate the Hoof Guy? Does he like to fish? Maybe I'll take a trip up and meet him. That'd be awesome as hell. Somewhere in Wisconsin, he set up his business. Let's see. Brennan, 2024, get my butt down here and catch some big ones with me in public or private. Yeah, dude, I would love to. Down in Florida. Oh, I know you're in Georgia. But yeah, getting down there, that would be something that would be fun to do. Take a couple breaks, vacations, do a little bit of traveling. I don't travel and fish much, kind of hard with the job and family and stuff, but maybe we'll make that happen. Josh just wanted to hop in and say, hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. 2024, the impossible. Get my head together. Haven't been able to do that in 52 years. Don't think 2024 is going to be different. Yeah, and we're not perfect. That's the thing too, is so many people that's why I hate the saying practice makes perfect. Doing MMA and doing any sort of sport, really anybody that you ask, perfection is never attainable, right? So if you're always expecting perfection, at least in my opinion, you're always going to be upset. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't always be willing to grow and set goals that are, lofty, right? But you can't beat yourself up mentally, which is what I do a lot of times when it's not perfect. When I'm not doing 3 videos a week, oftentimes I'm shutting down. And that's the way it's been for the past month, almost a year. And a lot of this is, it's not the way it used to be. I'm failing. I'm just kind of done, So taking, a big breath with that and just getting back and having fun, man. Getting the fun of fishing and doing videos and just talking lures and rods and reels and making it a good time. Let's see. Pelican Bass Raider. Yeah, I would definitely not buy one of those just because I have a John boat. It's the same thing. I'd have to haul it on a trailer and stuff. I love my John boat. It's just there's certain things that are kind of a give and take with it, but I love my John boat. Let's see. Skipped ahead there a little bit. Multiple people saying, do what you want to do, have fun. Yes, I appreciate that a ton. I love your bank fishing. Julie, yeah, and that's always going to be a thing. I'm always going to try to have a little special catering to the bank anglers because I don't think there's a ton of really good bank content out there. There's a lot of crazy stuff, almost died, fishing in this golf course, crazy stuff like that. But I'm saying actual stuff to help bank anglers. There's a lot of really good stuff in the boat. A lot of pros are now getting into YouTube and a ton of stuff that way, but there's a lot of things that just don't translate over fishing from a boat, as opposed to fishing from the bank. So definitely going to try to do more of that, keep that going and help the bank folks. Yeah. $300 or $250 cap would be fun. Absolutely. The old retros. And that's the other thing I'd have to think about too. Would I include stuff that's on sale? Like a $250 reel that I get on sale for $150? Well, I think so, right? I mean, anybody could do it. It's not like a special sale or anything. So let's see. People saying, hey, yep, that would be fun to set a limit. Here, Victor, on the other side, don't limit yourself. Use whatever you like. Yeah, and that's kind of the other side of it too, is I'm such a gear nerd. Honestly, some of my favorite, And that's what I feel bad about. Some of my favorite videos to do are rod and reel, like reviews, breakdowns and stuff. And I get really, really like that perfectionist mindset on those. And that's why I haven't done them for so long, is because I'm like, oh, this one isn't like just right, or this one isn't cool. And there's been multiple that I've filmed and then like deleted them. So hi, Mr. Stubby Dog. Stubby in the house. Stubby's always going to support me no matter what. I love that little dog so much. Keep your gear. Doesn't matter to us. You are the attraction. That means a ton to me, man. I know I'm handsome and people come here to see my mug. It's getting a lot of gray in it, man. Kids and job and damn. Old DEBO'S getting a little bit gray here. Jim with the $5 bomb. Thank you. Committed the ultimate DEBO sin and used a drop shot with a live minnow. Oh dear. I hope this small token of apology prevents me from being banned for life. No, man, I don't rag on people for using any live bait, fake bait, doesn't matter. The drop shot is the drop shot is a good lure. It's just, again, one of those that doesn't translate always the best from the bank. Definitely a good boat lure. But from the bank, man, there's other things. I'd rather go with a weedless Ned rig, or like a EWG Ned rig. Yeah, I would never hate on somebody for, oh, you use live bait, you're a piece of crap, blah, blah, blah. There's people that are like that. Like, the only thing I would go to in that is a lot of the live baiters around here keep every single fish that they catch, regardless of limits. And that I will frown upon people. Like, stick to the limits, stick to what's legal. Don't be a piece of crap. DEBO'S fishing was the hype man back in the day. Hey, get a couple dab pops on me, and that's still me now. I'm not gonna lie. I love the blooper reel did about a year ago. Yeah, I'll have kind of the best and worst. Dude, there's so much. You can't believe how much footage there is to go through a year. Well, you probably can. But trying to find like the best and worst things that I've forgotten about, things that I don't remember. I've got a folder where if like something funny happens, I try to throw clips in there. So I've got, a few clips that'll probably equate to 40 seconds or something, but it's going to be a lot of digging. So I want to have the best and worst going in there. My wife shut the door going upstairs. Stubby dog, why are you pacing? You nervous? What's wrong, old boy? Is Timmy in the well? Why don't you lay down? Go lay down in your bed that Tom bought you. You love that bed. Go lay down in your bed. Hey, go lay down in your bed. Go on. Go lay down in your bed. Quit pacing. Don't be nervous. Let's see. Casting distance in parking lots. Yeah, when the security guard come over and gave me a hard time and kicked us out. Come on, security guard. Let's see. Yeah, people saying absolutely appreciate the time out on the water. I haven't fished in a month. Let's see here. More people. Patrick saying he used my videos to learn throwing a bait caster, which is absolutely awesome. Love that. Love that. Appreciate it a ton. Dustin gonna have to teach you how to edit, dude. There's not a lot to it. Once you get an app or like a thing on computer, man, a lot of them are just kind of cut, click, paste. Just takes a little bit of getting used to, brother. But yeah, hopefully we can get out with you on the boat again this year. That was a lot of fun, dude. Holding it down for the bank beaters. Yeah, I always have a special place in my heart for bank fishing, even if I were to get an expensive, fancy bass boat. You watch Nate, the hoof guy, every day too? Dude, I love watching his stuff at night. The hoof guy. Hey, if anybody knows him, man. Nick in the house, old-time OG follower. Appreciate you, which should be skinny boy, fit boy fishing. What you need to change it to. Losing big fish with the $5 bomb. Thank you, my friend. I'm going to have to let Stubby upstairs. Oh, I'll be right back. Take a drink. Get my first get up of the night. He's a nosy dog. He's afraid he's going to miss something. What should we do for some giveaways? We'll have to do a couple giveaways tonight. I've only got a couple people on the list. Kuda, I needed to reach out to you. You were on for a random pick. I don't know if you could see you up here. Paul Brown Jr. And Brandon, I've already been talking to him. He'll get a special bag. He's an old OG follower. We'll do a couple tonight. Ed, man, that would be fun to hook up with you down there too, brother. Meet a couple people, do a DEBO, what do they call it when they do the tour? DEBO meet and greet tour or something. That would be a lot of fun. More, like more fishing license talk for 2024. No, unfortunately, that was one of the roughest lives and nights that I was having fun, man. I couldn't believe the number of people that didn't love our trivia type night. So yeah, it was noted that that was not a fun one for a lot of folks. Oh man, that makes me crack up. Let's see what else we got. People talking about this was back when there was some of the yak talk. I think it's is it the native? I forget what the one was that I had picked out. What was it? I think it's the native Titan. Oh yeah, looking through all of them, the native Titan X Propel or something like that. Whatever they call this one. It's the new one. It's got like a 360-degree seat. You can put a motor on it because I would definitely want a motor, but it's also got the pedals because that's something that was really weird to me is in a kayak, how much like as you're floating in, like when you get a fish, just maneuvering yourself and casting, how different that was. Because I was on just a paddle one, but how much of a workout that was trying to stay situated and see a lot of respect for folks that do that. Because I'm just used to standing up, even in my John boat. Like when my John boat moves through the wind and stuff, I can just stand and turn my body and fish it. Where you can't do that when you're sitting down in a yak. So. Let's see. 570 Bass. I know we've talked in the past and I've told you, but loves me and TJ, Hank, you guys stay true and not chasing BS for sponsors, clickbait. Yeah, so that's one thing that has people have asked me multiple questions on this. Would I ever consider it's a weird thing, right? Sponsorship versus getting paid, getting free stuff. Like, here's my take. I had a run-in with a company very, very early on that was probably the best, worst case learning experience I could have gotten. All the way from getting free stuff to getting paid to learning the ins and outs of how some of the things worked. And it was like the best learning experience of what not to do and what not ever to get into ever again. So I've said it before, whether a company is paying me, obviously Tack Warehouse, I get a kickback from them when you guys and gals use my link. I'm still going to shoot you straight. I'll still share Omnia deals. There's an Omnia box back there. I still shop at Omnia, American Legacy, Bass Pro, whatever it is. I'm still going to shoot you all straight. And if people are like, oh, well, no matter what, you're always going to have a jaded opinion. Not true. Whether I get something free, whether it's a company I'm working with, I'm always going to tell you what I think, good, bad, ugly, anything in between. But I'm going to try to do it in a tasteful way. I'm never going to just drag a company through the mud, just for the sake of it, right? If there's things that I like, I'll tell you. If there's things I don't like, I'll tell you that too. Because anybody that, once you start working with a channel, you see a lot of these people or companies where it's like, you can only talk about them and it only has to be good, right? And that's never good. Like, it's really easy to see through that type of stuff. And companies, and I've had a lot of companies that have said, hey, would you want to work with us? XYZ would pay you like very good money, good paying things. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. I'm not going to work only with you. I'm going to use still X, Y, and Z. And a lot of companies that scares, they only want you to talk good about them. They only want you to use their stuff. And that's just for me, not a road that I want to go down. And I have nothing wrong with people that work with companies that, if it's only with them, if it's only with Shimano, right? If you really like Shimano, great. I have nothing wrong with that as long as you're still being honest and, giving your opinion on stuff. But it's like once some of these companies get a stranglehold on people, it's like you can't say anything nice or you can't say anything bad. Everything has to be nice, right? So that's something for me that I have, I've lost, people that have reached out to me. There's been things that haven't worked out because I tell people from day one that I'm still going to use other stuff. I'm still going to be honest about, your product. And if you don't like that, that's fine, whether they're giving me a paycheck or not. So yeah, I've had multiple conversations with people on that. And really what it comes down to is you can either take my word for it or not. But my word actually means something to me. And I would hope people can see that through my videos and stuff. So, but again, I'm not just going to be like, oh, this company is a big piece of crap. That's not good for anybody. Just say how it is. Explore more fishing. What are your top 3 lures and rigs for winter bank fishing? I've kind of done a couple, and then I would have to say suspending jerk bait, Ned rig, and a third one's kind of tough. It would depend on the place that I'm around. There'd probably be like a spinner bait or like a small paddle tail, something that I can move slow through there. Even chatterbaits. A lot of people will bounce chatterbaits and stuff bank fishing if you don't get hung up. So snatch and lips, that's something else I thought about doing was I was talking to the guys from the bait cave and maybe doing a live or like a get together with like a lot of the local people around here that we've met and that we know, through our channels and that kind of stuff. Just make baits, get some dad pops and pizza and just hang out. Obviously that isn't for, the big crowd of people. I can't do that nationwide, but it would just kind of be cool to relate to some of the local folks and then, maybe even do a live or I don't know, but yeah, just kind of other fun off the cuff stuff like that. Something just a little bit different. Show our support. Oh, what else? Jermaine says, Jermaine in the house. What's up, man? Love the budget stuff. It's hard to find, or it's hard for most to get the high end stuff, myself included. Yeah, that's the thing is so much of and I'm not even going to say like budget because budget is different for everybody. Some people's budget might be $40. Some people's budget might be $150. But yeah, a lot of that kind of budgety to mid, getting to that $150, it's come a long way. Yeah, I completely agree. Let's see, lots of Stubby love. That must have been when Stubby come in here. Let's see. Yeah, and I try to do that. I mean, there's only been a couple things that I've got that have been so bad that I've been like, I'm not even going to share this on my channel. But for the most part, even if it is so-so or really less than favorable, I try to talk through it. But again, I'm not going to, like, if something's really, really bad, I would just rather not even go there than be like, hey, here's a whole video of how bad this thing is and how I would never, ever use it again. Because honestly, the reality is you're just never going to see it on my channel anyway. So not even going to waste my time with it. But yeah, if something's like really good and then it like breaks or something, I'll be honest. I mean, I just had the Daiwa, the Tatula 80, or was it the 80 or 70? 70, sorry. The 70 that I really, really liked. Sounded like crap. Bought it from American Legacy. It was kind of a piece of crap since I bought it from them. Used. I have no doubt they would have made it right if I would have reached out to them right away, but I didn't because I thought it was going to be an easy fix. Took it apart, greased it, oiled it, still didn't do it. Whoever had it before me put different bearings in. So I don't know if there's something that got off or if I don't know. I'm not sure, but I need to switch out all the bearings to see if that fixes it. Cause I've talked to a couple other people that said that could be it as well. But, stuff like that. That was a bad experience. And I love Daiwa. I'm kind of a Daiwa fanboy out of all my brands. That's probably one of my favorite reels that is. But I love Shimano. I use Luz. I use all the others, but you're still going to hear the good and the bad about even some of the ones that I like the most. So let's see. Ooh, here I see something green crotto. How old does a green crotto have to be considered retro? I don't know. What is the definition of retro? That's a good question. I don't know. I would say like the old Bantams, the old mean greens to me would be quote unquote retro, I guess. I don't know what the definition is. The 200Es, man, I still really like those. And those were like 2004 when those came out? So those aren't that old. I guess only 20 years now. Thinking I'm not as old as I am here. Yeah, live bait's a pain in the arse. Yeah, that's why I will say that minnows are an absolute pain in the butt. I hate dealing at all with them, like ice fishing even. But like waxies and like earthworms, that type of stuff, that's easy. You can just throw those in your pocket. But yeah, minnows are a pain in the butt. I was that last year or the year before, I was pulling my minnow bucket back and dumped it in my stupid tip up. Then I had minnow crap all over in there and it stunk. And yeah, just a pain. Actually, the little minnow bucket that I put in has like a minnow bucket that still like you can seal it and it still sits inside of my thing. I'll show that. I'm going to do, if we ever get ice here, I'll do kind of a quick run through of my ice fishing stuff for whoever that interests. Man, I've had a bunch of people ask me about this, Gramps. And I'll be honest, the silver play button has zero meaning to me, and I have zero ambition to get one. That's why I've never reached out. I really don't care about it. It's just a number that, yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me. I would rather have 10 loyal followers, that are going to support me through no matter what I do than a silver play button. Maybe that's bad thinking. I probably should, but I don't know. It doesn't give me any sort of gratitude to have something that YouTube could care less about me, right? If I were to quit tomorrow, they wouldn't even blink an eye at missing me. So I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong attitude to have, but it's never been something that I've been like, oh, I need that. Like, I don't know. Frank with the $5 Brahm super sticker. I thought you had a different quote there. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Jim, this was something I was talking about too last night. There was, I forget who it was, and I'm sorry, but a long, long time ago, one of the best compliments, and still to this day, that I would hang my old Debo hat on as my favorite is, they said Debo's the type of guy that I could go fishing with all day and then have, some dad pops around the campfire at night and talk, and it would be like a dream come true hanging out with him. That's what I want my channel to be. That's the type of people I want around hanging out. Just regular guys and gals that we can share stuff back and forth. Because listen, I'm not an expert, right? I could talk to 10 people. Gramps, for example, Gramps fishing the stupid tube. That was something before him and Rich started talking about it. I hadn't even heard of the stupid tube, and I've fished, since I was a young lad. I fished a regular tube, but those guys swear by it. So just learning stuff back and forth. There's always, doing MMA for 13 years. That's something you learn pretty quick, is there's always going to be somebody better than you in the gym, whether they're faster, stronger, better at one little move. Even somebody coming in the gym day one doesn't know a single thing. I guarantee there's probably one little thing they can do or will do better than you really, really quickly. Even if there's somebody you kick their butt every single day. Just learn from everybody. Don't have too big of an ego to open your mind to stuff. Mr. Khan, also a longtime follower, good dude. I missed the Rod Real Line videos. Yeah, I need to get back into those. I love just sitting down and talking gear and hanging out. Yeah, it sucks how much mental health can affect anything. I mean, I'm lucky it's just YouTube. I'm sorry that it sucks for you all, but it could be somebody's job, somebody's family. Like, luckily I have a really good family life. I have a good job. I really do have it, way better than it could be. That's why sometimes I have to kind of take a step back and be like, this is fun. This is my outlet. This should be a good time. I shouldn't be hating it and beating myself up all the time. So, Mike can't stick around tonight, but wanted to stop and say, hey, appreciate you, man. Merry Christmas. I did tell people that I am a Grinch. I hate Christmas. I hate the whole gift giving idea and stuff. I have 2 daughters, so that's the fun part of it for me, is watching them opening presents. But for the longest time, I can always remember like buying gifts and being like, oh, is it equal to what somebody bought me and all this and that crap? Like, let's say you spend $100 and that's like the limit. Like, hey, I've got an idea. This might be really crazy, but instead of spending $100 on them, you keep your money and I keep my money. We buy what we want. Like, oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Jeez, what an idea. So yeah, kind of a Scrooge. My wife calls me that. The Grinch. She hates it because she loves Christmas and decorating and all that. Yeah, people talking about the Titan X. Must have been when I was showing that. Yeah, I think that's the one I would settle on. Victor, what about the snowmobile thing? Dude, a snow dog? Man, if anybody has a hookup at Snow Dog, tell them to send me one. I don't think I will ever actually buy one. They're pretty expensive, but maybe. They look fun. If anybody's wondering, it's like a stand-up thing that you can use on the ice. So you stand up in like a sled, and it's like looks like a big mower, I guess you would say. You stand behind it and it pulls you, and then they go like, I don't know, 25 mile an hour, something like that. They look fun as hell. Maybe someday. Maybe once I strike it rich and I'm worth millions, I'll have my homestead and my snow dog. If that were the case, I would just get a 4-wheeler. I'll be real. Used to have 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers back in the day, and gosh dang, those are fun. Yeah, Gramps, a lot of people said that if they can stand in the yak and fish, I can. I don't know. I just don't feel safe. My butthole was puckered that entire time I was in the yak, especially when I tried standing up. It was a bad deal. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just a wuss. Let's see. Multiple people saying, "Yep, gear reviews are fun. Get back and doing some of that." More kayak talk. God, there's so many of you kayak nerds out there too. I also don't want to get a kayak because I like to make fun of the yak guys when they go by. I'm like, yak tech, I'm in my yak. Not really. I like yaks, but it's just kind of in the old Debo DNA to make fun of them as they go by. It's kind of fun. I don't know why. Let's see. People talking about some orders lately. Any new lures? Cooler lid. How do I lube my tattoo? Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I'll be honest, Daiwa, I don't know if the person in charge of oiling and greasing has been put on like a dollar limit, but yeah, so many of their reels that I've received dry. Like, what the hell? Let's not skimp on buying a little bit more grease and oil, Daiwa. Let's see. I am going to probably do once I get into 2024. Brando also asked if there was a couple other people said my favorite baits looking forward to. I'll probably do a video on that, Brando. That'd be a fun one. Brando, another guy, got me out in his boat a ton this year. I appreciate that, man. We will definitely have more adventures next year. People asking about other video stuff. We skipped ahead here. Let's see. I'll just get to hella. This is what it skipped to. Gifted hella. What the hell are you doing? Gifted some memberships. Thank you very much, brother. And I need to, if any of you guys and gals out there said Merry Christmas, thanks, dude. I appreciate that a lot, man. If any of you guys and gals have ideas for members only stuff, because I was thinking about, so I've been lax on the member stuff. I was thinking about the way you set it up is like, you can't do like certain giveaway. Like, I had certain perks I was going to give and YouTube blocked it, even from, it must just read the type, but like from doing certain giveaways. So you essentially can't like bribe people with giveaways, which I didn't look at it that way. It was just an extra perk, but they see it that way of like bribing people. If you're in like this membership, you can get these things. And I didn't even think of it that way. So what I was thinking about doing, because a couple times I was going to get rid of memberships completely. And during a couple lives, people said, no, that's dumb. We like to support you. Okay, that's fine. I appreciate it. So what else can I do? I was thinking about dropping down. So all members, whether you're $1.99, I think my highest one's $9.99, $3.99 or $4.99 in the middle. So there's 3 tiers, but making it so everybody can watch, members only, anybody that's a member, and then trying to do extra stuff for like the second and third tier. I don't know what to do. I don't know. The members only stuff is kind of hell, I can't even keep up with regular YouTube, let alone the member stuff, right? So I'm open to ideas. Some people said like, if you're in the second, like anybody can watch members only, but any person that I have on has to be like a second or third tier to come, hop on and hang out. I thought that was fun. That would, be something cool to do. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm open to ideas with that, but I definitely want to do more in the members only next year too. Even if it's just hopping on and talking, like I said, about anything, just hanging out. Let's see, people talking about closeout stuff at the end of the year. Yep, you can definitely get a bunch of good closeouts, old stuff that there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a year or two old, right? When they're closing out, doing new models. Marcus, yeah, hit the like button. I can't see it since I'm in StreamYard. I can't see how many likes and views and all that we have. But yeah, if you like the Debo lives, give it a thumbs up. Doesn't cost anything. It's free. Dersh, yeah, Dersh is an old follower. Used to always come in and drop like even $20. That's when he was working the night shift. Appreciate the hell out of him. I want to get him on because he won like the kayak stuff up in his area. I don't know, like the circuiter, or I clearly don't follow any of that, but he just did a unboxing of an old Scorpion, which is cool, which looked like the old Corrados. I forget what it was. The Corrado went to the white reel when they switched from the Corrado E to the G. I forget what model that was, but The Corrado E was the last one to be made in Japan with, the metal where they stamped it on there. And that was the whole thing. And people like, oh, the Corrado, right? Was it the G? Now I'm second guessing myself. I think it went from E to G, right? I think so. Anyway, that was the last one that was made in Japan, but they kind of bumped it up. Like the next one was essentially the old Corrado that got bumped up. Somebody will tell me here. I'm far behind, but yeah. Anyway, love the gear nerd stuff. I definitely need to get into doing some of that. Like Corrado, that's a perfect example. Corrado K is the Corrado M came out, and then American Legacy had them on sale. Somebody else did too. You could get them for a very good deal, and they're great reels. It's just they came out with a new Corrado, right? So look out for deals like that, especially if you're looking to get into, some of the, higher end stuff, or maybe stuff that you've really been on the fence about. We can find those really good deals. People asking about combos. I definitely want to do more combo talk. Like I said, man, the gear stuff is like, if I could, so I was thinking about this. And this is something that's funny when you get my age, middle age, like I still feel like I'm thinking like, what would I do if like when I grew up and I could do anything I wanted to, right? Clearly I've got a family now and I've got a stable job, but it's like, let's say tomorrow somebody was like, okay, I will pay you for the rest of your life to do what you want. What would I do? It's like, it would be some sort of like gear review channel hangout, like almost a Wired to Fish type thing. They have really good articles and stuff. You can go and read it about the breakdown. It'd be something like that in video format. Like if I could really break it down where I have my like own thing where like ideally it would be like I worked for a shop, like let's say Taco Warehouse. Obviously, I partner with them. I'm able to walk through anything they have and just pick stuff off and like go use it and like have like an adventure doing that and be like, okay, here's the new Corrado, brought it off the shelf at Taco Warehouse. Here's using it. Here's all the parts to it. Let's compare it to some others. Let's go fish it. Something like that. That would be like ideal for me. And somebody's paying me, I don't know, 100,000 a video. Is that too much? Nah. If they're paying you for your dream job, dream big, right? People talking about bait casters, what they look for, feel in hand. Oh, Mark, dude, I couldn't believe this. I had like 7 people reach out to me. And whether it's a pool of 10 people or 10,000 people to win, multiple people said that, I had won their bracket of like the YouTube channels and stuff. Never in a million. I didn't get to watch it. I was busy that night, but never in a million years would I have thought I won their bracket or any bracket. And actually that invigorated me. Like, dude, I need to pull my head out of my butt and get back into this because there's so many people that love, my stuff and watch me. And, sometimes you get caught up in your own head and you're your own worst enemy. So, believe it or not, that actually meant a lot to me. The people that reached out, even Chaz reached out and I don't know, said something about it. It was funny. I was cracking up, but yeah, I appreciate those guys. They're good dudes. And that's the other thing, like all the cool people, I didn't realize I had that banner on, all the cool people I've met through YouTube. And, it can be a grind some days, but you just look back at all the cool stuff you've seen and found and talked to and try to focus on that stuff. What are we at? 53 minutes. I've been rambling on for 53 minutes. Explore more. Advice to grow fishing channel. People ask me this a lot. Gain subscribers. 1, do the type of videos you like. Don't try to do stuff that you're not and try to fake it till you make it type stuff. Because people see through that crap really easy on YouTube. And 2, consistency. YouTube loves consistency. The more you can do, the better. Just because you're going to have more out there. Let's say I'm competing with a channel that does one video a week that gets 100 views. Well, let's say I'm only getting 10,000 views on every video. Not even that. 5,000 views, 2,000 views for every video. I might not get 100,000 views, but let's say I do 7 videos a week, right? That 2,000 might grow to 10,000, for each video. So you just have to kind of look at it that way and not get too caught up on comparing yourself to others. It's easy to do on YouTube. You see these big channels and you're like, man, they're doing so good. And, here I am struggling. You can't get caught up on that because they're in a different place doing a different thing with a different, advertising, who they're working with and who they're working toward. And you just can't get caught up in that. Do you find where you fit in and have fun with it? Rich said he's in a good mood. Caught a bunch of smallies today. Man, that would be fun. I'm just waiting for ice. I want ice. I'm actually excited for ice fishing, damn it. I want ice. Where's ice? Ooh, people are talking about Christmas food and stuff. Maybe we'll do that toward the end after we do a couple giveaways. What should we do for a giveaway? I'll jump forward here in a little bit. What should we do for a giveaway tonight? I have some swim baits back there painted. Maybe I'll grab those. Everybody take a drink. Oh. So that's one thing I didn't touch on that at all, but that's one thing that probably will be coming to an end. I don't think I'm going to continue painting and selling lures and stuff. With the way time is now, I would rather put that time into doing videos and unboxings and how to's, back to the beginner stuff, things that might take a little bit more time than this. Not that I don't love it. I absolutely love painting and doing this stuff, and I'm still going to do it. I'm not getting rid of all this, but not having the lure website up. And I know there was a couple people that messaged me last night after I said that on the members only that were pretty upset, but it's just a time thing, man. I can't, I still work a full-time job, 40, 50 hours, kids. It's just, I can't, so that's probably something that'll go, but I will still definitely do these in my free time, messing around with stuff. So maybe we'll give away some of these tonight. This was like a crappie gill. So it's like the white crappie with the bars, but there's kind of some gill stuff between it. I kind of did some of the green sunfish marks on it. So maybe we'll do some of these. I've got 3 here. These were going to be sold, and I'm not doing the selling of the website anymore. So I'll have to talk to Brando. He was my mastermind. And I feel bad because he spent so much time doing that with me. I'll have to get a special present for Brando. But anyway, got this one. This was kind of the same idea. I was just kind of playing with mixing different things. And this, I was using some sponge stuff to give just kind of different depth and such to it. Here's another one. This one, you can't tell, I did a lot of like highlighting pearls, and even in the clear coat, I added some glitter. So this is kind of supposed to be a 3D look. All of these are signed. So maybe I'll do like 3 different giveaways of these, or if you don't like a swim bait, I can throw something else in. So maybe we'll do some of those. Maybe we'll get one of those rolling now. Here's the deal. First person can pick if they want one of those or not, and which color. And then we'll see how these giveaways go as we go through. So let me get the tool up here. I don't have a co-pilot. Old Dizzle's out, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to talk to Dizzle for a minute. I know he's gone through some hard stuff, so hopefully his stuff gets better here soon, and maybe he'll have time to do a live and stuff, but just hope he's okay. I don't have a co-pilot here, so it makes it kind of hard. It's hard doing this all by yourself. Okay, so hashtag swim. All right, hashtag swim for the first one here. And actually, people can enter these, and I can just keep doing the draw again. So we'll do these maybe for the 3 giveaways, the swim baits, unless somebody really doesn't want one. I can do something else we'll look through. But like I said, in the future, I'm probably going to start giving away some of my higher end stuff that I've bought through the years, and focus kind of where I feel comfortable. Is like I took that. So kind of what broke me of that is because I've always said, bank fishing, you trash your gear. And I'm not saying like I purposely, I've always grown up that, if you get something, try to take care of it. But just through bank fishing, knocking stuff over, dropping it on things. It's not like being on the deck of a boat where you can just set it down and keep going. You're carting them around. But anyway, I had splurged that one year and bought the Dobbins Ecstasy, whatever the expensive one was, like $500. Got it for, I think, 40% off. It was an American Legacy deal where you bought 3 of them. So it was still a huge chunk off. I didn't pay full price, never would, but got that and had it with the Bantam on it and was out fishing. I'm like, what am I even doing with this? Like babying it. Like this is way above what I need. Now I'd still like to do those videos where I take some of those apart and look at them and talk about it, because that kind of pisses me off with some people. Is they're like, oh, if you use anything over $200, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about for fishing. And I'll message them back and be like, that's fair. What if, have you used some of the metaniums and stuff, you didn't like them for a reason? No, I've never touched one of those. There's no reason to. You're an idiot if you do. It's like, come on, bro. Like if you've never used it and you don't know anything about it, don't be telling me what I'm an idiot for using or not using if you've never even touched it, right? Now it's a whole different thing of I have a budget. I can't go over that, so I won't use it, versus I already know what those are and I've never used it. It's a waste of money. No. Fishing pet peeves. Oh, Paul, we could do a whole live on that. I'm kind of an old curmudgeon grump these days. So yeah, Hammer, that's exactly what I was getting at. $100 gear now is better than the high end stuff from, I wouldn't even say maybe 7 years ago, but yeah, definitely looking like 10, 20 years ago, that stuff. Yeah. The stuff has come a long way. Fit finish, and it really was if you look back in the day, the Lose LFS, they broke the market in the $99 reels, right? And it was kind of that point that a lot of companies started catching on to and being like, yeah, people are willing to go up to and spend $100, but they want something that lasts. And Shimano with the SLX, and you saw like Abu Garcia with the Reveal X, Dia with the Fuego, kind of this whole trickle down effect of, yeah, man, people really want this budget stuff, and a lot of the higher end things coming down to that more budget friendly type stuff. Yeah, and see, this is where I really don't want to do that dollar limit, because man, the zillions. If I could only have one reel, if like money wasn't an option, Daiwazillion has stolen my heart. But yeah, he said my Daiwazillion came super dry, had to use my Shimano oil to fix it. Funny how that works, isn't it? Luckily, none of my zillions and most of the recent ones I got were good, but there was a stretch, the Daiwa 80, the Tatula Elite, and there was another one that were all like crap, brand new. And they weren't crap, they just weren't oiled. I had to take them apart and grease them and oil them. But if you're somebody that doesn't work on your gear, you're kind of crap out of luck. Especially, let's say you splurge and you buy a Daiwa Elite. What are they, $200, $250 or whatever? That's your first high-end reel, and you get that and it's bone dry. That's a pretty crappy experience for you. So yeah, whoever's in charge of oil and lubing over there at Daiwa, give them a raise. Give them more product to use. Let's see. Debo, can I call in and ask questions? No, I don't have a phone line set up for that, man. I'm sorry. I don't even know how to go about all that. Here's Chris. Speaking of orders, shout out to Omnia. Ordered 300-foot spools, or 300-yard spools of Suffix with the sale. Spent $6 when I ordered. Chris always likes looking for those, old Dutch Chris out there, looking for those deals. Chris has got some good ones over there from Omnia. Yeah, Omnia is a great place to order stuff from. I use them. Fun place. And if you're using them, hey, use guys like Serious Angler, Old Rich, Punch, any of those guys, give a little back to them. They get, some kickbacks so they can buy stuff over there at Omnia. Always support the good folks. There's a bunch of good people out there on YouTube. So people talking about gear, what they would do. Where are we at for the giveaway? Okay, first giveaway, #swim. I might have taken this off too early because you only have 112 people entered. Come on, this is a Debo swim, but these are easily worth $1,000 each. That's what I've heard them going for on eBay. People buying them and reselling them. No, I'm kidding. But first winner will get a pick if they want it, and if they really don't want to swim bait, and maybe you don't have a setup for it or whatever, I can give it to the next person. I can give you a box of lures or something, and I'll do that too. It won't be just a lure. I'll do like a little giveaway box. I've still got a few stickers here, some Debo stickers. So whoever wins will get a couple Debo stickers. I've got some more made up. Mr. Morgan and family sent some over, so I appreciate that, brother. And I'm going to try to get some of those nice like vinyl ones too. So cool. Yeah, exactly. Just like looking up different rods and reel deals. There's a number of people that were reaching out for, feedback on gear and stuff. Cooler Lid with the TFO rods. There was somebody else I helped with a couple back when American Legacy had some deals. So yeah, I love just talking gear with people. Okay, so anyway, let's draw the first one here. 125 people, and I'm just going to do this again. You don't have to enter multiple times. Just #swim, and that enters for anybody that's already entered before. Okay, Kurt Gleason. So the only catch is you must be here to win. Hopefully you're a U.S. fishing friend. If you're in Canada, I will still do it, but it'll cost like $85 just to send it to you up there in my North Country. Let's see. I am gonna have to skip ahead. Damn it, that's a lot of stuff that I just skipped over there. So Kurt, are you here? I have to do this all myself here. Kurt Gleason. Are you here? Kurt Gleason. Help me out, chat, if you see him in here. And I will throw this up because if you are here, you're going to need to email me there. Kurt, yeah, I definitely need a wingman to help with this type stuff. Kurt, are you here? Kurt, I'm here. And I'm in Iowa. Kurt, okay, well, Kurt, email me. Well, actually, that's not going to work. We're going to have to do this live. Kurt, would you like a swim bait? If so, please tell me which one. I don't know what to name them here. We got Crappy Gill. Not because it's a crappy paint job, but it's a white crappy slash gill. So that's number one. Number two is the spotted translucent crappie gill spot. I don't know. We're just having fun with some of these. Or three, which is kind of the translucent pearly see-through shad, trying to mix layers with some of the sponge stuff and airbrush in there. So let me know, Kurt, which one you would like, or if you don't want any of those, you don't have any. Holy crap, Dersh dropping bombs in here. Speaking of Dersh, old dirty dogs here. Gift and memberships. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that a ton. And then he also dropped, there it is, the $20 bomb. Dude, I can't tell you how many times you've done that. I will have a special package for you when you jump on. Said Merry Christmas. I'll jump on a live soon. I'll let you know, dude. Yeah, let me know when free time works out. I would be more than happy to get you on a live ASAP, man. You've been a long time supporter. I will drink to that. I'm going to need another drink. I'm almost out here. And there's actually, gosh, I've got a bunch start here. Have I missed? Frank. Oh, crap. Dustin. Dustin, thank you for reminding me. I will put Dustin up here. I owe Dustin some Ned heads. See, this is the problem. I end up promising people stuff. We get in conversations and then I end up forgetting. Dustin, longtime supporter. You all saw me out on his boat. He's got the prettiest boat out there. Is it you? Hey, Debo, ever consider maybe doing some fishing related content other than for bass fishing from time to time? Maybe some pan fishing, cat fishing shenanigans. Anyway, happy holidays. Well, thank you very much for the $20 bomb. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, next year I actually wouldn't mind doing maybe some more crappie, bluegill. Honestly, not a cat fisherman. I would rather poke my eyes out than sit and watch a bobber or cut bait or whatever. Definitely not my deal. But trout, I've done some stock trout stuff. That might not be your thing, but I think that's fun. Pan fishing stuff, I need to get into that more. Some of the smaller lures and really anything that bites. That's the fun thing of you put a 2-inch grub on with a jig head. Actually, that's what I got these for. This round head do it mold. This is like a little 1/8 ounce. So you put like a 2-inch grub on here, a little tiny paddle tail, and you can be catching wiper, perch, catfish. Who knows what the hell will bite a little 2-inch grub. So yeah, doing some of those, just kind of packing light, I would. But yeah, I don't have, it's not that I don't like that stuff. I really like bass fishing. That's usually what it ends up being. So thank you all for all of that. I appreciate all those, the kind wishes, the donations. You all don't need to do that. I appreciate it a lot. Let me see him jump back here. Kurt, did Kurt ever say? Let's see. I know he's here. Kurt, did he say which one he would like? If he did here, bear with me. Sorry, I'm trying to look through all these on my own. Kurt, I'm here. He's in Iowa. Okay, we knew that. Earth to Kurt, somebody said. He probably did. I'm sorry. Thanks a ton, he said. Yes. Bear with me here, Fish and Friends. I know this is boring watching somebody try to go through all these. And number one would be excellent. Okay, boom. So I will put that one aside. That's the crappy gill. So we're going to do Kurt. Okay, so we got number one. I'll do another one here. We're going to keep going through comments. Oh, and Joshua, I was cracking up reading your stuff in here before. Joshua's like, Debo took me off the list. Listen, Joshua hasn't won since Christmas of last year. And as much as I give Joshua crap, the thing is, Joshua's here every damn week watching and supporting. So as much as we might think it's rigged that he's winning, he's in here every week to win it. So Joshua, I'm going to take you off the list. If you end up winning, you win. I gave him a big gift back in the day just because he's always been a good supporter. So I hadn't realized that had been a year ago. Let's see. Hammer says he's drinking his favorite cough syrup. Something a little different than that. Let's see. Okay, so that was back with Dersh. Okay, Dersh, yes, we need to get your butt in here, Dersh. I would love to hear about you talking up there and your adventures. You've been a long-time supporter. I appreciate you, man. DT on the whiteboard. Yep, I forgot all about that, Dustin. I'm sorry. And go Hawks. Yes, Kurt. Well, maybe I'll send you an extra. You're a fellow Hawk. Bruce says, let's see. Dersh has 2 new rods. He needs reels. We could talk real stuff. Dersh needs one. He did. Somebody shared. Who was that? Was that Lost and Tackle? Somebody shared that with me before, and he got one of the old Scorpions, which is cool. Let's see. Dig works. Thanks, Debo, for the great content. Thank you, brother, for watching. I appreciate you. Always appreciate the folks that donate. Don't need to, but it's very, very appreciated that you folks do that. Your hard-earned money. I know times are tight now for a lot of folks, and I'm blessed to have YouTube revenue coming in and some of the awesome companies I work with and stuff. That's why I want to try to keep giving back as much as I can. Lures, and I've got more than I can use, so trying to give back. Some of my old used gear and lures and stuff. I'm happy to do that. Let's see. Okay, what else we got for questions? Man, see, this is the type of stuff we could get into, and I wouldn't feel bad on like the members only. Hawks are a very young team. It's going to be a rough year. I can say that. They're probably going to get smashed by Indiana, but they got a fun team to watch. They're going to have some good up and comers. So, yeah, the Boilers, screw the Boilers, Hook Life. They are some absolute beasts this year. Now he's going to win the next one. Tyler, if he does, if he in fact does win the next one, because he hasn't won since I've banned him. If he does, we for sure know that it is rigged somehow. Somehow he's gotten into the DEBO'S system and plagued my computer with a virus so he wins. Let's see. What else we got for questions, comments? Eggnog or cider? I really don't like cider, but I do love me some eggnog, especially when there's a little bit of spiked brandy in it. If you're of age, I do not condone drinking if you're underage. But I do like a little bit of brandy in mine. Oh, was it Rich that did it? Yeah. Scorpion. And a puppy dog. Did you get a puppy dog? Oh my God, my wife would flip if we got another puppy dog. She's been asking for one. Yeah, I need to reach out to Baxter. Maybe we do a New Year's early that day. But yeah, Hawks playing the Vols should be a good one. Art with the $10 bomb. Art, thank you very much. If you have a question, comment, something in between, let me know for the $10 bomb. Appreciate that. I'm almost out of my Diet Dr. Pepper here. Holy smokes, Jared. Good thing we're not taking shots on donations. I'd be under the table. Almost out. Let's see. Yeah, Illini have a good team this year as well. Yep, Hawkeyes playing the Vols. Should be a fun one. It'll be interesting to see what we put together next year for a quarterback and an offense. What's my Christmas tradition? That's honestly some of it. Like our Christmas tradition used to be like me, my parents, my grandparents. Once stuff changes and you get your own family and your own traditions. That kind of made me sad when that broke because I always look forward to that, everybody getting together. Now we do a a movie. The girls open up their like little Christmas Eve boxes of like popcorn and a movie. Each of them get a movie, and we all just kind of hang out in our jammies and watch a couple Christmas movies together. So I look forward to that. They're not going to be little forever, and one of these days going to say, "Dad, you're not cool. I don't want to sit and hang out with you." Hopefully that phase doesn't last long. Squad. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Edie transfers over into the NBA. The whole big guy game. It's kind of weird. Should be drinking some spiked eggnog. Man, I would love some tonight. I always go back to Christmas Vacation drinking out of the Moose, Caribou, whatever they are glasses. Cousin Eddie. Let's see. Oh Lord, Jim, do not. Luckily, my wife doesn't watch the lives. She would be like, "Yes, oh my God." She's been looking local rescues and asking, "Can we just foster one?" Because I guarantee, you know what will happen with a foster? That foster dog will turn into a Stubby's best friend dog, and we're not giving it back. Michelle doesn't know how the foster work. Awesome. Let's see. Multiple people asking. Yeah, still asking if you can call in. No, you can't call into my channel. I've never had that. It'd be fun, but no, I don't know how I'll go about doing that. Sorry. Let's see. Get into big swim baits and glide baits. Let's see. That's a whole lot of me yapping. Let's pull another one here. Maybe we'll have a couple. You don't have to do anything extra or special. Oh my God, I'm not sharing. Hurry up. Whew. See, people would have thought, watch, it's gonna be, dude, if it's Josh. Oh, phew. I was waiting for it to jump over to you, Joshua. Greg Edgar. Greg, are you here? I'm going to zip through some of these as we're going through. Oh, I almost thought that was Yak Angler 319. It's my area code here in Iowa. Good luck 2024. Your channel's been successful because you stayed grounded and normal. That's all I am, man. I'm a regular dude who fishes. I appreciate that. It's the best compliment I can get is DEBO'S a guy that I'd like to go fishing with and have fun. Okay, so Greg, are you here? Let me skip ahead. I'm going to have to skip. Gosh, you guys have been pounding comments in here already. Okay, Greg, are you here? If you are, I'm going to have to go back through. I see some good stuff in here. I don't know that they're. I'll have to proofread them. Somebody's going to probably try to get me in trouble here. Greg, are you here? Must be present to win. Maybe that's not a good idea if people were back here before and ended up having to leave. Okay, well, I'll start scrolling back through here. I'll give Greg a second to chime in, see if he's here. Somebody asked me, let's see, what are some of these questions up here? I saw a couple that popped up that looked interesting. More football and basketball talk. Okay, here we go. Let's see. More eggnog talk. No. People say I like eggnog and bourbon minus the eggnog. Feats of strength. What? No. I thought there was some good questions. There was one in here. Did I do what's your favorite all-time frog rod? Man, that's the thing is like you don't need a super crazy rod for frogs. All-time favorite recent I can think of. I really like that the Kistler, the KLX one. That one seemed to do really good that year. But I mean, the first like dedicated frog rod was Vendetta, Abu Vendetta, which was like the $79 one, and I used that one for I don't know how long. So yeah, you don't need anything super expensive and crazy when it comes to frogging. Good little kind of soft tip to it, but gets into the background, gets into the backbone quick. Okay, Greg, are you here? I'm going to skip back ahead now. Greg, calling Greg. No. I think he's not here. Greg, you here? Yeah, maybe that was not a good idea to go off the old one because that was quite a while ago. No, Greg. Hashtag Greg gone. Greg left the building. Okay, well, we'll re-roll here. Maybe we'll have to do on the next one. I'll do a new hashtag just to make sure it's current. Hey, Marcus, another OG longtime supporter. Seems like a long time anyway. Marcus, how long you been watching? He's here. Boom, right away. Marcus, let me know. Do you want a swim bait? If so, would you like number 2, which was the spotted kind of translucent, crappy gill? I don't know what you call it. Or 3, the kind of shad, hollow pearls, kind of see-through, natural. 2 or 3. Oh, only a year or so. Okay, I see you in the lives quite a bit. Time flies. Or if you don't like those, if you don't fish bigger swim baits or you don't want one of mine, let me know. 2. Okay, Marcus. Marcus, send me an email, debosfishing@gmail.com with your information. Oh, and I forgot to say a screenshot or YouTube so I know it's you guys. I can always ask for that. I'm going to say spotted gill. Okay, so 3rd will be this one. Only one left. Only one left if you want. They're all signed by me. 1 of 1. Easily worth $500 on eBay if you resell them later. Totally kidding. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? I'm going to go back because I think there were some questions here. No answer. Question. Piece of gear or lure you had as a kid you'd love to have now? Yeah, because y'all have heard the story I had. I used to have a big, huge box of it. Was one of Dad's hand-me-down tackle boxes that we ended up leaving at the boat ramp when we were switching stuff from the boat to the truck. Realized it when we got home, went back, and it was already gone. Somebody had taken it. So that was a bunch of the old cool stuff. One specific thing, I don't know. I've still got a bunch of the old lures. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. We'll do a new re-roll here for the next one that we do. Can I go back and do a new giveaway tool? We'll do another one here in a second. Okay. All right, so let's see. What else you got for questions? If I missed a question, if y'all saw a really good question out there and you're like, "Ooh, yeah, I want to know that, Debo." If it's not yours, put it out there. Put a big question in front of it so I can see. Unbox the Morgan family box. Dude, I'm going to save that for when me and Dizzle are on together. I know there's some stuff in there especially for him, so hopefully Dizzle won't be out of action for too long. We can get him on. Ooh, Tyler. Yeah, man, a warranty thing like that can kind of ruin. I haven't dealt with any of that for Kistler. They've been really great. I've actually got to talk to the owner before and stuff. That sucks. Yeah, because that can really turn you off. I had a really bad experience with ARC, and it made it to where I didn't want to buy any of their stuff. And actually, some of the best. It'll make it this year because I didn't do a gear breakdown, but the ARC catalyzer. One of my top 3 favorite budget rods, even after I said I'm probably not going to buy anything from them. But yeah, that sucks to have a bad issue with Kistler. I would say just try calling them again. You said, who was it? I saw an email of a guy who I believe is a guide and only had Kistler's getting his warranty denied because he made like 6 claims in 4 years. Oh, that's kind of tough waters when you're a guide. Like, did he have something with them where he worked out a deal, or I don't know. That's tough. I can't say, I personally haven't had a bad deal with them, but the whole guide thing is weird because like there's sometimes companies will work with guides and I don't know. Cause you remember, it's not just them using it. It's anybody that walks in on their boat and around it. And was it somebody that stepped on it or I don't know. I'm not getting into that gray area, but what I've dealt with them, they've been really good, cool people, but I have had bad deals. There was a bad deal with Fluger. I had a couple Fluger reels, the Presidents, the spinning reels. And that's why I never really went back to using those. I kind of had a bad deal. And that was, back when Gander, take a drink, back when I was getting deals through them, going out of business, rest in peace. But yeah, it was, I mean, it was after, fair enough. It was after the receipt, they couldn't really do anything on it. It's not like they come with a warranty. So can't hate on them too much. Sometimes it's just the person that you get. I often say that you have to sometimes take a step back because, like around here, our cable company for like cable TV, we finally got rid of cable TV last year or the year before, whatever. But for cable TV and internet is Mediacom, and so many people will call them and they just get a crap representative that's some person doesn't want to be there, just doing it for a paycheck, and they could care less about your problems. But when you ask that person, how was your interaction with Mediacom? Oh, I hate them. Why? Oh, the service was terrible, blah, 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 blah. They didn't really have anything bad to say about the company. It was that person that didn't help them. And can tell my customer service relationship manager background coming out, right? But anyway, yeah, sometimes it's not the company. Sometimes it could be the person, or I don't know. I don't know the story, but when was the last time I hit the water hook life? That was actually, I've got one more video coming out. Me and Chris Russ, who's in here. Again, another cool local guy that I've got to meet through YouTube and stuff. We went out. It should be a pretty fun one. I did fall on my butt, soaked my leg, but caught some fish. It was fun. Be another Ned rig fun throwing for all the people that like the old Ned rig fishing. Cold water. It was, what'd they say, Chris? His buddy was actually out on the boat. I want to say it was like 38 degrees, something like that. I got some messages here. Okay. Let's see. Marcus. Okay, so people talking about some swim baits and stuff. Question. Here's one. I saw the big question thing. Is there a lure, rod, or reel that you fished this year that you will not use next year? Did I throw anything this year that I did not like enough to not use again next year? Gosh, I would have to think on that. I would say last year, the big one that really disappointed me was the Berkeley Gilly. I fished it quite a few times and never got a single bite on it. And it looks good in the water. That's the weird thing, is like you fish it in the water on a jig head and it looks just like a fish, but could have been the days, could have been the bite, just wasn't on. But that one really let me down. This year, do I have a lure that I was just like, what a waste of money? Nothing jumps out. Not even any gear, really. I will say I was talking about this on my members only live, talking about budget gear, the ugly stick, which you think ugly stick and you think like the old, broomstick, ugly stick rods. This one was one that really, really impressed me. And this isn't necessarily budget. It's like $80 normally, but I got it on the 50% off when they had that code. Was that last Christmas? I think that was a year ago already. Crap. Yeah, you could, and it was on a fishing forum. I don't think people were supposed to have it or whatever, but I don't know. It was supposed to only be like a 4-hour deal or something, but it ended up lasting. I don't know. Anyway, I took advantage of it. And yeah, this one, like fit in hand, feel, like locks in perfect. It's kind of cool because it's got that like almost like a bicycle handly grip stuff. It's not wind grips, but just kind of a different rod. But like as a do-it-all rod, I was really impressed with that one. I haven't used an ugly stick for I don't know how long. So they kind of get a bad rap as being like, oh, a cheap catfish rod. That's what people know them as. But Matt Robertson uses those. If you watch him on them fishing, that's why I picked one up, and that one really surprised me. But I can't think, nothing comes to mind of like one that I tried and I was like, man, this thing is an absolute turd. I would never use it again. There probably is once I sit down and think, oh, it wasn't a turd that I would not throw again, but I was really, really, really displeased with the hookup ratio of the Hellraiser. And it's kind of weird because it was one that I wasn't going to buy because I was like, and it was actually fishing with Gramps. I watched his video. He caught a big fish on it, and looking at the like the sound and motion of it in the water, I was like, dude, that's going to be a pike killer. I'm going to crush pike on it. And I did have a couple really good pike blowups, and I'll have some of that footage for when I do kind of the best and worst. Sneak peek spoiler, I guess that was one of the worst quote unquote lures because I had so many blowups on it and just couldn't keep them hooked. And I've got my thoughts on what I think would kind of fix that, but I really like the sound of it in the water. It's easy to throw. Man, the hookup ratio was absolute dog crap for me though. So, but that's one that I wasn't really, I got the bites on it and stuff. So it's a weird one because it sounds good. It's a different, kind of vibration sound and stuff to it, but Just couldn't land them. So that was kind of one of those that straddles the edge of being complete crap. Most overlooked piece of tackle. Oh, piss. The most overlooked. God, dude, I don't even know. I would say probably one that was a tried and true crutch for me this year was the EWG Ned rig. Number of companies out there that offer them now. That's something that's definitely blown up. When those kind of hit the market. For me, Flatlands Tackle was the first place that I ever seen use those. Now, of course, I have a do it mold where I can make my own. Owner has, I mean, there's a bunch of different companies that have it, but rigging up a Ned rig with the EWG type hook, so it's weedless as a bank angler has just been night and day difference than an open hook. And fishing from a boat, casting shallow, bringing it down a hill, I guess it'd be this way, bringing it down a hill, completely different than throwing it in and around brush from the bank and bringing it uphill bank fishing. So I wouldn't necessarily say most overlooked, but still, if you've still not yet tried one, I would say give it a go, especially if you're a bank angler. What rod do I recommend for jerk baits? I've used a number of them. Gosh, the Okuma Guide Series Select, which is probably my favorite rod of theirs that they make. That Guide Series is a really good rod. I've got the Cashin one, Cashin jerkbait specific. The Kistler jerkbait rod I've used probably the most. I've also got there's a shorter lose one, TP1, I want to say, which was my jerkbait slash topwater. And it was a medium light. And I would say don't be afraid to go lighter than you think you need to on the jerkbaits, because a lot of the jerkbaits are going to have smaller hooks, 4 to 6 size hooks. And a lot of people with a number of treble hook baits try to overpower them, and they'll say, I lost the fish. I was reeling it in, and you look at their setup and it's like they're way overpowering. Now, of course, once you get around, brush and wood and docks and stuff, obviously that changes because you have to mix it to what you're around. You can land fish on 2-pound line and a little tiny, trout hook. But once you start getting around some of this other stuff, it changes it up. So you have to find that kind of that happy medium, right? But I would say don't be afraid to go a little bit lighter, even that you think you need to on jerk baits. Because for me, especially, jerk baits are early spring, late fall. Water's cooling down anyway. They're usually not as hyped up. Obviously different if you get into spotted bass and smallies and stuff, but mouths are a little bit harder, right? So once you get it in there, you've usually got a good hook set, and you're really letting the rod and or the line do the work for you. So yeah, I don't consider myself a jerkbait master, but that's one bait that I really, really love getting on that bite, and has been kind of, again, a cold water crutch over the years. So let's see. What gear ratio do I prefer for speed cranking? I really don't do a lot of speed cranking. I know people do that, in the cold months, deep, cranking and stuff. For me, quote unquote, speed cranking is more of that like summer, when I'm throwing a square bill and stuff and burning a square bill shallow. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. That might not help you at all, but for me, it's a softer 7'2", more of like a medium heavy, moderate fast type, or a medium moderate fast, where it's got a bendy tip, but you've still got good background why do I keep saying background? Backbone to it, not an overly noodly, quote unquote crankbait rod. Because when I'm throwing a square bill, I'm in and around rocks, wood, stumps. I don't want one where when I bang off something or grass and stuff and I try to rip it through, it's like a pool noodle bending over, and it just feels like a limber noodle. That's why they call them like a noodly rod, but something where I can get in and around that stuff and pop it free still. So okay, let's see. Should we do the last giveaway? Should we do number 3 here? The translucent shad with a little bit of glitter in the clear coat. You can't really tell. Kind of there. You can see some. Oh, there you can see some of that sparkle. Oh, this is like Christmas Day in a fishing lure. You look out and see that. Oh, oh, oh. Let's do. I think it's fitting to do hashtag Santa here for the last one. I know a lot of you guys and gals are probably spending time with your family and stuff now. That's awesome that you took time tonight to come hang out with me. Maybe you don't have family and stuff to hang out with, so maybe we made it a fun kind of getaway for you here. If, I know going back to, the suicide hotline or, anytime, reach out. I know the holidays can be a tough time for a lot of folks. Don't be afraid to reach out. There's always somebody to listen. Tonight, question, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? No, it's not a Christmas movie. And I love Die Hard, but it's not one that I would say. Christmas Vacation is by far my number one favorite Christmas movie. Even though I am a Grinch, Grinch should be number one, but let's see. People talking about some lures that they got. Some people saying their season's done. I honestly can't wait for some ice fishing. Let's see. I legit want to try that rod. I'm not sure. There's some rod and reel talk going on between people. I'm not sure where it was. Oh, the Gilliam bait fuel. Yeah, bait fuel. That was whatever, $10 or whatever wasted. That mine turned like yellow, like pea yellow. I don't know. Yeah, I have zero confidence in that stuff. I used it a couple times and I'm like, I just don't even, now that I've got it, I don't even trust this. They say it's like it's not supposed to have a scent and all that because it's like pheromones and it's the DNA. The fish, only the fish can smell it. Maybe it's true. I don't know. But I would rather have like Berkeley Max Scent or the Power Bait smell. That's the one I have the most confidence in. Hottest techniques of the year. Yeah, like the hover rig and stuff. I never tried it. Illuminathan, great call. There was a YouTube or Instagram video of they were showing that rigged up with like a Berkeley, whatever the flap and haul. I forget what it is. It's like the flat, like beaver style bait of theirs. Man, that thing looked so good, like swirling down and then just hopping it on the bottom, like a craw imitation. That one, and they had the Berkeley, which it wasn't Berkeley, it was Core Tackle or whoever did it. So it wasn't like just Berkeley stuff, it was them. But they had the whatever the Berkeley one is that's like a bigger version of the Menace. It showed that one too. God, they look good. And then of course they showed it with like a swim bait and stuff too, for the guys fishing it, vertically. But some of those, yeah, that one actually really interested me when I saw that specific one. I was like, ooh, that looks good. I want to try it. Still have a botany, but yeah, I think that could be a really good one to try. Also, what I want to try again is the Mojo rig / the split shot rig, the poor man's Carolina rig, kind of a more of a fast dude. I used to catch so many fish on that. I don't know the last time I threw that. And that was when I said I was going to try to throw more this year and I didn't. So that's an old one that doesn't get a lot of love anymore. And I think kind of the reason is because it's kind of morphed over the years, right? Now you've got the free rig, which is kind of like a mix of that. It's like instead of the weight being stuck here, it can now, freely move. Dizzle, that was one of his baits, if not the best bait of the year for him. He got a lot of confidence in that, kind of the same as an unpegged Texas rig, but it's got a different look to it, right? When the weight hits, and this is, when the weight hits and your bait's back here, there's nothing tied to it. This weight isn't going to move on a Mojo rig, split shot rig, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. What time of day is your favorite time to fish? I've said this. It's it's a kind of 50-50 deal. My favorite is going out at night or, evening for the evening bite as the sun's setting, like in the warm summer days where it's like 9:30 at night and you can still be out fishing, which is amazing. I love that. I freaking love that time of year fishing. My favorite though would have to be morning, getting up early. I look forward to the drive. I don't know why, like getting myself hyped up. It's going to be fun. And knowing that time's not going to end. Like I can fish the morning bite and keep fishing until, noon or whatever. Whereas that's the part that always sucks about the night bite is, or, the evening bite, you get on a really good bite and then it ends up getting dark and you're kind of done. You can do night fishing and stuff, but it's so hard to, film and stuff, when I'm doing it. But yeah, a lot of guys catch a lot of big fish night fishing, but let's see. Ugly stick carbon is the only ugly stick I'd recommend of an ugly stick. You can get a Arc Catalyzer. That's a tongue twister. And in my opinion, it's a better rod. Yeah, the Arc Catalyzer and the Daiwa Arid X are two rods that, in my opinion, perform above their price point, especially when you get them on sale. I got that Arc Catalyzer. I think it's like a $50 rod. I got it for $35. I don't think there's a $35 rod that can beat that one. Same for the Arid X. It performs above its price point. We've got 130 entries in here almost. If we get over 130, we're at 128. 130, I'll pull the next giveaway here. Yeah, EWG, back talking about the EWG Ned rigs. It's a game changer. Yeah, Z-Man does make a number of those as well. Yep. As does Reaction. Is that Reaction, not Innovations, right? They don't make those. Must be like a terminal brand or something. Question. Speaking of turds, have you fished the Missile Baits Bomba? Oh, no, that was one that was very interesting to me, that whole category. So I had a lot of really good luck on 2 really good days fishing the, what is it, Yamamoto Yamatanuki, whatever it's called. And it's an interesting like line of, because it's like a 3/4 ounce plastic. So it's like fishing a bottom bait, a Texas rig jig, but it's with just a plastic, no weight needed, right? So that one's one that's interesting to me. I'm gonna try some more of those. I did get some of the Bombas. I didn't get a chance to throw it. But yeah, that's one that kind of surprised me, I'll be honest, because I was like, and really the thing for me was I figured it was going to be more of like a pitching, flipping, like Target deal. And then Tackle Warehouse had a video of Cody Meyer, who fished with like some of the guys from Japan who made it big and had all the success on it and all that. And he's talking like, throw it on a heavier hook, 20-pound line, like it's a bottom thing, like it's a slow hop, drag, that type of way to fish it. And I'm sure you can, flip and pitch it and stuff too. But, that's what he was talking about was, hitting some of those more finicky fish, fishing it that way. And that's the way I did it in the colder water and had success. So that day, I think we really could have tore them up that day. But that was the day Brando and I were out on the boat and there was like 35-mile-an-hour winds. So I think we were just lucky to get off the water alive that day. But yeah, I wish we could have fished longer. Chatterbaits are overrated. Yes, they catch fish, but so does a spinnerbait. Yeah, that's a slippery hill. They kind of are two completely different ways to fish for me, I guess. Both really work and both I want in my tackle box for sure. 140. Okay, we're at 140. Let's pull here for the last giveaway. So this will be the Minnow translucent looking deal here, plus some lures. Oh, how easy is that? We've already got Dustin on here. Well, Dustin, you will get a glide bait. So Ned heads plus glide. Man, that's easy. Talk about looking like it was did Marcus? Where's Marcus from? Kurt was from Iowa. Dustin's from Iowa. Talking about looking like it was fixed. I'm not mad that 2 Iowa guys won. I guess I should make sure, to be fair, I should make sure Dustin's still here. He better be. If he's not, he won't hear the end of it. Let's see. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom. Illinois. Oh, that's right. You're not. Well, you're close enough to me here in Iowa. That's right. Close enough to almost an Iowa guy. You still cheer for Iowa on some things, right? As long as they're not playing Illini. Okay, so Dustin, I will get you your stuff. I already know you, so I don't need to tell you about all the other where to send it. Let's do a few more questions and we'll get out of here. I tell you what, my throat is getting dry as hell. I wish I had some spiked eggnog here. DEBO'S saves on shipping, dude. 100%. Let's see. What else do we have here? This one was Ned rigged. Yeah, I promised him some Ned rigs, man. Get him some to try out. See, that's the cool thing. So like Dustin, when I was fishing on the boat with him that day, I caught a couple fish on an underspin, and he's like, dude, that's the first underspin fish that's been caught out of this boat. He doesn't throw it, right? He kicked my butt that day with some, I think they were some of TK's balsa baits, throwing those. So it's fun to see the way different people fish and, learn from people. And yeah, it was a good time. Dustin's a good cat. So, let's see, put it on the board. I think I have the longest run of having a rod with a split shot tied on. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at that. They work, dude. Work for sure. Have you used the Live Lures Wicked Sticks floating? I don't know what those are, Paco. Live Lures Wicked Sticks floating. Does Tackle Warehouse have this monster of which you speak? I've never even heard that brand, Live Lures. Let's look here. Let's see. Owner Blockhead, EWG Ned. Yeah, I do like the owner ones. Those are nice. Line tie doesn't get snagged on weeds like the Z-Man Ned locks. Is that the one with the little piece of lead down below? I don't remember having an issue with those snagging. But yeah, the owner blockheads are nice. Doesn't owner have another one? I want to say owner has, I think they came out with a couple types. I got them right when owner first came out with them. Let's jump over here to the old warehouse of tackle and see if they have Live Lures. I don't even recognize that name brand. Yeah, talk about being honest with the company. Tackle Warehouse's new website, no bueno. No bueno. Yeah, they must be a smaller company. I've not, right? You said it was Live Lures, right? Live Lures. Yeah, maybe somebody in the comments can say, I've not heard of them. I don't know that one. Let's see. Brennan, be nice. You're ripping on the old northern folks for their maple syrup. Let's see. People talking about more rods and stuff. What questions you got? Anybody that's mission? Oh yeah, reaction tackle. I think they make what, tungsten? I think I've got some tungsten from them about a long time ago. Let's see. What else we got for questions? Let's get a few more in here. We've still got 240 people watching. Y'all are crazy. I love it. I love that we have this many people coming, hanging out, and watching some old fishing. Have you fished the KGB Spro Chat? No, I picked up 2 of those and I didn't get to throw them yet. Debo the dummy, because I kind of got in that mental funk and didn't fish a lot this year. So no, they look good though. I will say that TJ, so y'all saw it's been a few years ago. He actually knows the guy that the KGB guy, I don't remember what his name is, but anyway, he used to talk to him back in the day, and I had one of the original Chad Shads. He was the first place I'd ever seen the KGB stuff. I'd never even heard of him. Oh, and dude, when he threw that in the water, oh my God, that thing looked so real. I'm like, I got to buy one. And then it wasn't long after that, he blew up, and now they're like Chad Shads are like $250, some stupid thing like that. I actually got it on sale. He had like a coupon deal or sale deal. I don't remember, for $80 or something. He had like a quick sale thing for, I don't remember what it was, but yeah, he makes great stuff. Good looking lures. Let's see. Okay, enough questions there. And there we're getting back into, so let's scroll down here. Snowballs. Oh, I got it directly from them. Okay. Yeah, I've not heard of them. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Some other stuff. Question: what are your thoughts on live scope? Oh no, my God, we're not getting into this. That was one of the things that I said was funny. Like, I don't even know where to go with that. My thoughts on live scope are like, minus all the drama and stuff, I've barely got to wet my toes in it. Brando's got it on his boat, and when I went up to Minnesota with fishing with the Monster Bass guys, dude, it's eye-opening how much you can learn from it and see. I personally have no quarrels with it. I don't understand the big, I guess it's because it's real time live. There was not this big sort of upset when, down and side imaging came out. You don't hear this type of griping when guys are using it for ice fishing, right? It's been out for ice fishing for quite some time. Now going over in the bass world, it's, this whole hubbub. So I don't know. To me, it's another electronic, kind of some of bass fishing is pay to win. If you can have all the nice electronics and big boat, you're going to have a step up. So that might be my only thing is like, do they have a way to make it so everybody has it or nobody has it? I don't know. But yeah, for me, like, you can learn a lot from it. So learn to use it. If you're in the tournament trail, learn to use it, because there's going to be young cats that master it. And obviously you've already seen that, people wiping the board. So Dude, I will say that the other morning I got biscuits and gravy from Casey's. And whoever did it, it must have been like a blessing in disguise because they didn't cut the biscuit in half. It was 2 full biscuits, and that sausage gravy was filled to the brim. Best biscuits and gravy I've ever had from Casey's. So Casey's, keep that up. Love me some biscuits and gravy. Are you going to apply for the YouTube verification badge? I don't know what that is. They have a new thing out now? Must be new. I don't keep up on YouTube news. I'm pretty horrible at that. Probably a new thing. I don't know what that is, but Merry Christmas, Mac, the king of this or that, Mac. Appreciate you, brother. Bass ass and late to the party. That's all right. We just, I gave away $10,000 worth of lures and, all that stuff. I'm kidding. Appreciate you in here. Late, early, anywhere in between. I appreciate anybody that watches. DEBO versus Milliken versus Blockett. Yeah, that stuff just like cracks me up, man. And people love the drama, that comes with that, with the, the arguments and all that stuff. Like, man, I don't want any drama on my channel. I just like to fish and have a good time. But I'm on the side of, it's just another tool out there to use. So I'm definitely not against it. Yeah, I agree, Victor. That's probably the most truest statement I've ever heard. I would rather be live scope than dead scope. Yeah, I agree. Rich, not even going to say anything. Okay, here we go. This would be a fun one to end it on, maybe. Minus somebody bringing me a glass of eggnog and bourbon. You can have one rod and reel to only fish with for the rest of your life. What are you praying? How do you know I was going to say Zillion, Jim? Maybe I was going to say the Corrado E. Yeah, it would be the Zillion. What rod? Dude, that is such a tough question. I don't even know. I thought that was going to be more of an open-ended question, not just that. I don't know. I don't know that I have a single favorite rod. That's the cool thing about the fishing companies now is there's so many good ones that are out there. It's not just, it's not just one company. There's so many good ones. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's a hard one. Okay. Maybe we'll get into a different one here. I thought that was going to take a different turn here. Let's see. No, Christmas. I don't want anything for Christmas. I'm a Grinch. No. Oh my gosh. We've opened the can of live scope worms here. No. Oh my God, no drama. Costco eggnog? Man, I haven't been to a Costco in I don't know how long, dude. No. Tebow for president, dude. You definitely don't want me as president, especially if I get on one of those curmudgeon-y rants. Oh man, I'm slapping people around. Yeah, it's good for business. The drama is good for business. That's true. It's good for views too. People like that kind of stuff. Merry Christmas, Dustin, and everybody. Yes, I appreciate that, man. I'm not much of a Christmas guy, but always wish people a happy Christmas. For me, the big thing Christmas is hanging out with friends and family and just getting together and having a good time. Ooh, here we go. Fatty, this is a good one. Favorite frog to throw? Man, oh, where do we even go? Lots of frogs. I wouldn't say my favorite, but I've kind of got two trains of thought. One, kind of my favorite budget was the Pad Crasher back in the day. Kind of stepped it up to the Spro Bronze Eyes. Those are kind of like my middle of the road. They've gone up a little bit. They cost a little bit more than they used to. That's kind of the means of measuring. There's some more expensive ones, man. I didn't want to like the Mega Bass Big Gabo. I really liked that frog. Had a lot of good luck on it. Too expensive. There's been some less expensive ones. The Scum. What is it? It's not the launch ones. Those are the new ones they came out with that are nice, but it was like the one below that Trophy or something. They've kind of got a cool frog for more of the budget. Yeah, favorite one overall. I don't know that I could pick only one. The Teckle Sprinker, people thought that was a gimmick. That one I really liked. Great for covering water. It's like a soft buzzbait type thing where it's given that plop to it. I've caught a lot of fish on that. The pike absolutely tear that thing apart, which is always fun. Gosh, that's Chris says 2024 will be the year of the Swamp Lord. I do like those. I didn't get to, I think I did throw up, didn't get to catch anything on it. But yeah, it seems like a really good frog. Somebody else said the 6 cents Vega. I was never a fan of the Vega. Walks really good, pops really good. Hookup ratio for me on that one was crap. Really bad hookup ratio on it for me. Let's see what else. Temu Frog works. I've not bought a thing from Temu, and I won't. I have no interest in that. Oh yeah, Bullywahs. Like the Bullywah frog a lot. That's probably one of my. Do I go out on the limb and say it? The pointed nose Bullywah. Probably if I could have one. Ooh, gosh, do I say it? I don't know. That's close. That could be a close one to be in the Bullywah. Really, really like that one. Can't go wrong with the Spro. The Spros don't stay floating very long. I notice you have to squeeze them and make them pee a lot. That's one cool thing that Scum did with the launch series and the trophy. They have a big hole in the back of it, like the butt of it. So you look at it and you're like, how the hell is this thing even going to float? It tends to sit butt down with that big hole in it. So when you pop it or walk it, it doesn't get water in it, just a little bit on each cast. But each time you cast it, when you go back on the back cast, it throws all that water out. So each time you cast, it's automatically emptying itself. So that's something cool to see that they did that. But kind of the setback to it is it does sit down kind of in the water more like this. So if you want to kind of be a little bit more finesse, maybe not the best for that. But the thing too, I think people over complicate frog fishing. If I could only pick one correct color, I could tell you right now it's going to be an all black frog. 90% of the time I'm fishing that. Pointed nose is what I like. You can go straight from scum to pads to grass. And if you walk it hard, if you learn to walk it real hard abruptly, you can make it pop like a spitting frog. You can't necessarily sit it in place as much. A popping frog does have its place, especially kind of in open water. But I would take a pointed all black frog. Which brand? I don't know. There's a lot of good ones out there, but let's see. Make sure there's not anything else here. People talking about frog talk. Well, I think that's a good spot to stop. I hope everybody has a good holiday. Happy New Year. I'll be back again next Saturday. I hope you all like the kind of 2024 talk. Me just being here, being present, having fun with it more, and being more consistent. I'm not going to give you guys and gals promises of it's going to be this crazy year and bajillions of things. I just want to get back to what made me love the YouTube and embrace that grind. And get back into that. So again, I can't thank you all enough. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, don't celebrate anything, doesn't matter to me. I love you all no matter what. So that's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and until next time.